What's up, YouTube? Brandon here. I know it's been a little bit since I've uploaded a video. I've got a few that are loaded in the chamber. I just haven't fired them off yet. Anyway, I'm making this video today to let y'all know that I quit. Not with YouTube or making videos. I don't do that shit for the clout or the fame. I do that because I actually enjoy it. But I quit on the old truck. Now I've had quite a few videos on here, get pretty good traction. For the matter of the fact of the dually swap on my truck. I did it about a year ago. It turned out good. I like it. It looks good. Had a few different setups. I went through a lot of hardship, but I don't know why my watch is listening to me, but whatever. Anyway, I'm just over it. This truck wasn't meant to be a dually, and I shouldn't have made a dually, but I did. But I'm done, you know. So that being said, there's old girl right there. We actually just got back from Disney, Oklahoma, BMR. One of the last trailers that this old girl will ever pull in the dually setting. So with that being said, I got a few tricks up my sleeve. I got a few things that I haven't done before with it as a single wheel, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. A lot of people are gonna ask me, why am I getting rid of the dually? Why am I making it as a single wheel again? The truck has run and drove great. I have put thousands of miles with this as a dually. It pulls great, it rides great, but to be upcut in front and honest with you, I really miss it as a single wheel. Single wheels ride better in most cases. Not all of them, but for this instance, it does. One of the biggest issues, and I will throw his tag up here, and I'm not going to take credit for it. He is the one who found out how to fix it. I believe his name is Dan Brown. He followed my swap from the beginning, and I kind of helped him as well with a few of my findings. But as far as the axle goes, direct swap. You won't have a single issue. You won't run into a single problem. The axle goes in, no issues whatsoever. Front, easiest fucking thing you could possibly do. But on the back, and I've explained this on the further videos, but I got my axle here, right here, all slicked up, ready to go back in. Anyway, you have your rear locker on an FX4 truck. Right there. I don't know if you can see it. You can see daylight through it. Is your speed sensors, which are right here. FX4 trucks have a speed sensor on all four corners. FX3 trucks, which is a 3-channel ABS pump, only has a single speed sensor in the middle. My truck, and I'll throw up a video of it if I can. If not, whatever, just take my word for it. All the time it flashes brake system failure, check brake system, check this, check that, and I'm over it. I'm tired of it. The fix for it, like I was about to say, from Dan Brown, he found out you can swap 3-channel ABS pump in the truck. You can trick the truck into thinking that it was a 3-channel, and you can get rid of all that. But I'm going to take that as kind of a sign that it's not supposed to be this way. So I'm here to say that I quit. It's going back to single wheel. I'm keeping the mud wraps. I'm going to put some 17 by 8 1/4 methods on it, on the mud wraps, with a full-size spare, and put my single wheel axle back in it. And I'm going to cut the length of the bed, or the width of the bed down, and I'm going to finish skirting it, and that's going to be that. So I'm going to take y'all along for the process of ripping it back off, and then I'm going to take y'all along for the process of building it back again as a single wheel. So with that being said, We're gonna get these rigs offloaded, get the trailer unhooked, get this old bitch out of here, get this new girl out of the way. Check that out, new work truck, 2023 F450 with the Napa Hide 73-inch utility body. But nonetheless, that 10-year difference. Let's get going. All right, guys, update. Got the truck in the shop. I have got the duals off. Sold 9,000 pound lift. Didn't really want that, but it got all 4 off the ground, plus a little bit. So I got the duals off, put jack stands under it. And then as of right now, I'm not gonna record it, because like I always say, I am not a tutorial, but e-brake cable. The brake lines that are actually on this are the brake lines off my 250 axle. So all I have to do is just loosen up the brake line assembly, cap the ends off, take them out of the caliper, and then shocks, my airbag setup, and e-brake cable, and undo the leaf springs. And once I do that, I can pick the truck up, bolt an inner dual back on it, roll this axle out, bolt 2 of my stocks and 35s on this bad boy, roll it over, undo the drive shaft, and yeah, roll the new one in and hook everything back up. So I will pick y'all up once I have the axle getting ready to come out. All right, so if everything's going how it's supposed to be going, it's just a she's a little light in front, but just like that. Now, the lift situation's questionable. Good thing I left the fronts on, because this bitch would have fell, but I mean, I thought of that pre-hand, so whatever. You can see I'm over, off the ground over there, touching right there, whatever. Axle's out, so I gotta move a few things right here, get that twisted, brought over here, get that axle jacked up, get some 35s thrown on it, spin it around, throw it under there, and do everything over again. So, I don't remember when I last updated y'all, but here you go. We have got the axle in, U-bolts on, drive shaft in. Now, it's still on the lift's weight. I don't have shocks on it. I haven't finished the brakes. I haven't put the sway bars back on it. I need to do some buttoning up, but I gotta address something. This right here, absolutely cannot, like, it can't happen. So, I am about to cut this bitch down. I measured from the headache rack over, and now I've got all the way across. So basically, it's going to be cut right with that tail light. And you could see that the tire is still just a schmidgaloon in from it, which is about what it needs to be. And as you can see, my line comes up to right about here with this tail light. And you can see that the tire is still just right there with it. So, that being said, I'll update y'all whenever I get it done. What you see here is we got 2 partial length sides cut off of it. And let me tell you, looks about 1,000 times better. So my plans here are I'm going to get a buddy of mine to CNC cut out. It's basically going to be like a factory production short bed, flat bed, but this bed because it was a cut down 8-foot bed, is a little longer on the back end than your normal bed is. So with that being said, I'm going to have a little baby box right there. I got to figure my filler neck out. I'm not sure if I'm going to dump it right on the top there or whatever. But then I'm going to have a box back there, but I'm going to pick my boxes out. And then I'm going to get some measurements for him, and I'm going to have him CNC cut me out my perfect. So I'm going to have 20 inches of sheet metal, and then about a 2-inch piece of like rectangle square tubing that goes on the bottom of it to kind of help structure it up, but along the whole side of that, and then plate it back up back there. But yeah, so I started at about 4 o'clock. By the time I'm taking this video right now, about 9:30ish. So not bad by myself. My lift, got the axle in. I just got to finish plumbing that in. U-bolts are in, and the drive shaft's on. I just got to finish my airbags, put the brake calipers on, and yeah. So that's it for this one. You know, pretty much all the hard parts are done. I just got to do a little bit of welding and a little bit of fixing, and we'll be good to go. So it's been a little bit, obviously, outfit change, whatever. But spent the last little bit trying to get with some people to get some stuff cut up and designed out. I didn't have very good luck with that, so I ended up just getting in touch with a local steel yard, and they were really cool. They offered to shear it. So basically what I did was, after I got all of my stuff cut, I got my exact measurements on the sides, the back, and the front. And I might not have even showed y'all this, but one of the last things that I did was I took this used to be welded, I torched it out, I beat it down level. I just have to clean that up, and then I made a boo-boo there and cut too much, so I just got to fill that in, put a plate, whatever, right there. But these I'm going to have to cut out by myself. And then also on the front of the bed, I plan on trying to plug weld, at least from this point in, a piece that's going to come to about right here, level with the cab. But as far as these goes, I got my measurements, both length and height. The only thing I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to get really creative with it, is get my hoop for my fender, which I have a pretty good idea. So right here, I have my measurements for my skirts, 1/4 inch thick. The bed itself is actually only 3/16, but I wanted these things to be pretty solid. So these things are heavy as shit. They're not really ready to be put on just yet. I got a little bit of prep work to do, on both sides. I got to do some grinding, get it smoothed out, get it ready for me. Trying to get those as straight as possible so I can tack her up. Oh. So one of the other things that had to be done too, after the fact of changing my truck back to what it was, is way back when I got into my axle, I got into forescan and I changed it to a 373 ratio. Well, now I'm going back to my other axle, which is 355 gear ratio. So got on here to forescan, click on that, click OK, and then you click right. Yes, old axle, new, blah, blah, blah. It's going to write it. Truck does its deal. And it's supposed to cycle off, cycle back on. And that's it.
All right, guys. So with what you just seen, y'all be able to see that, yes, I am indeed a quitter. What you'll also see is that there's a lot of time passed between the videos. That's my fault. Got a new job, you know, so my day-to-day life got pretty busy, so I didn't really pick up the camera a whole lot. One thing I will say is that a lot has changed. After doing the skirted single wheel flatbed on my 13 F250, at that point, I kind of fell out of love with the truck. I had done a lot of work to that truck. I'd had that truck for 4.5, 5 years. And I don't know, probably 60,000 miles-ish. And then, I mean, y'all seen me take it from a regular single wheel to a short bed dually. Before I'd done all that, I probably had 13, 14 different sets of wheels and tires on it. You know, when I got the truck, it had a factory bumper, put a ranch hand on it. You know, I'd done a bunch of stuff to the truck cosmetically, and I felt like I was tired of it, you know? So, shortly after I finished the bed build, you know, skirting it and doing whatever sort like that, I ended up putting on different sets of wheels and tires. I don't really have a lot of pictures of those, and even if I did, the video's getting pretty long, so I don't really care to post those. But I ended up getting to a point where I had the opportunity to buy another dream truck of mine, which was a 17 F250 Lariat Ultimate, a Lumi-Duty truck, F250 short bed. Now, I know that I probably should have gotten a dually or whatever, but as you'll see in some of the last clips that y'all watched, dualies don't ride that well. And I have a work truck and I have other vehicles that, you know, if I really need to haul heavy, I can do that. But, so I ended up selling the 13 model to a good buddy of mine. He had it for a little bit. He put a regular bed back on it, you know, beat the tar out of it, but that's all right. Then he sold it, and it's gone now. But I just wanted to kind of finish the series of what I did to the vehicle, and you know, leave it out like that and say that yes, I am a quitter. But where one thing leaves, more things come and take its place. So in the following videos, I've got a few new vehicles to introduce to y'all. Obviously my 17 F250, and then I am doing a build on my wife's new 15 Tahoe. And then I won't quite share what the tripod is set up on at this very moment, but I'm really excited for this truck. She's an old gym, needs a lot of work, but I'll just, you know, unless y'all want to go stalk my other social media stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to hop in here and this video out. It's a little bit of a long one, but I wanted to finish my series of dually swapping my 2013 F250, as well as undually swapping my 2013 F250, putting it back to a single wheel. And yeah, so there's that. And one of my goals this year for 2025 is to start posting more regularly. And believe me when I say I've got some trips up my sleeve. So Happy New Year, y'all. I hope 2024 was good for everyone else as well as it was for me. Achieved a lot in 2024. And the way I am, I only expect to achieve that much more in 2025. So y'all take her easy. Have a good one.